Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. It is official. Drake, Aubrey Graham, Drizzy Drake is officially, if not the first, the biggest and most prolific Karen in the history of hip hop culture. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a semi little response or some things have came out from the Aubrey Graham versus UMG recordings lawsuit, and the things that have been came out. It's looking crazy for Drake. Before we get into this is more important than ever. Protect hip hop culture, ladies and gentlemen. We got the olive green joint. We got a bunch of different colors. Protect hip hop culture. This is the new shirt that came from the Hip Hop is a Sport line. This is now more than merch. This is a mission statement. I made this more than just something to wear, but something to live by. Link is in the pinned comment. I'm sending personal thank you videos to everybody who purchases them in the next 11 days. That goes to show how important something like this is to me. I only do this for the most important ones. So, if you purchase one today or in the next 11 days, look out in your email because you might be seeing my mug in it. So, I've been reacting to Drake's UMG's response to the defamation case and with Drake, and boy, did they catch a series of bodies in that response. So now we have some discoveries that have came out and showed what Drake has been requesting. And this goes to speak to why I talked about how this is setting a crazy precedent in hip hop. And let's get right into it. And we'll show you that Drake is wow. Wow. A stay is, so just pay attention. A stay is also warranted here because Drake has requested broad discovery going to all of his claims and allegations. These requests impose undue burden on UMG, particularly as discovery is likely to be rendered most moot upon resolution of motion to dismiss. So I think this might still be a part of UMG's motion to dismiss, but there's more stuff coming out as you go through the paperwork because it's really long. So they're basically saying in that first line, like, some of the things that Drake is asking for is going to become a burden to us. And it's probably going to be rendered moot. Like, it's not going to matter when this case is dismissed because this is a frivolous, stupid, unfounded, unbound case. And it's just really the ramblings of a spoiled child star who's not used to losing or not getting his way and has turned 100% Karen. And some of y'all might be like, bro, the things he was stay tuned because you will not believe it. Hold on. Drake's first set of requests consists of 18 items that would require costly collection and review of large swaths of hard copy and electronic data sets, contracts and agreements and communications. What did you say? Contracts and agreements? Stick on that for a second. Because this and communications, Drake's request also seek production of confidential. So early, I know that word. Proprietary, important, very fundamentally important information. That's what proprietary means. Fundamentally and highly commercially sensitive documents, including all contracts between UMG and Kendrick Lamar. Read that again for the people who are trying to defend this weirdness. Request seeks production of confidential, proprietary, that's the word, and highly commercially sensitive documents, including all contract between UMG and Kendrick Lamar. Before we go on any further, I told y'all. This is for the little man. No, Drake is really doing, it has nothing to do with the obvious that we're seeing. I'm so glad that you weirdos that were trying to defend this, I've showed your color. You ain't hip hop fans, bro. You ain't for protecting hip hop. Y'all Drake fans. That's not the same thing, nigga. So Drake is asking through this probe this legal probe, and with this defamation case, is asking for the right to look at all of Kendrick Lamar's contracts. Okay, so just think of what this possibly could mean going further. So essentially, now, if Drake goes through with this and this goes through, you have now set a legal precedent that a rapper, an artist, anybody can be in a rap battle or feel that somebody was insulted or defamed in a song, and then the court has to give up their contracts. Do y'all not see the slippery slope? How does this help anybody? The reason why contracts have to be confidential and stuff is big. Other artists being able to probe through other artists' contracts is not helping. What? What do you think that is for? You think that's to help people, or is that to use to negotiate to get more for that? Like, what are you? So, y'all are, to the people who are defending this, y'all are willing to just burn down everything to save Drake? Because this is not going to save Drake whether he wins or loses. The verdict is out. He a lame for this. He's never not going to be a lame for this, no matter what. Somehow Drake lost another battle after the actual rap battle. This is disgusting. Drake is essentially trying to flex his power as the person who he thinks he's bigger than. Drake is telling you right now he thinks he's bigger than the program, because not just hip hop. What kind of insane precedent are y'all trying to set, bro? So at this point now, if a rapper feels like he was made fun of too hard, even if he made fun of somebody else or requested to get made fun of, requested you, hey, yo, call me a PDF, then you call me a PDF, now I get to see a contract. What? Bro, y'all can't be serious, man. Y'all just can't be serious. Y'all don't see the predatory nature of that? All y'all, I can't believe people are defending UMG over Drake. I know y'all are stupid. Because to say that means that you're stupid and you're not paying attention to this, right? And you're trying to act like you're a logical person by saying that. But what you're doing is showing that you haven't actually been paying attention to this, and you're really just a Drake sword swallower. Because any human being who is on Drake's side have read through this and is on Drake's side and think this is positive for freedom of speech, freedom of artistic expression, the genre of rap, battle rap, art in itself, just throw rap away. Art in itself, movies, everything, and contract confidentiality is up for stakes now? What's next? Do I get to see, does HIPAA not matter anymore if I think a doctor dissed me? What about that? Do I get to now see, is there no lawyer confidentiality because I feel like I got made fun of? What's next, my nigga? This is, wow, nigga. Wow. Let's keep going. That is Karen. You the feds, gang. You them boys. You them boys, Drake. You are 100% the police. You are police, nigga. I don't never talk about no mob. You are the feds, nigga. Yeah, show me all his paperwork. I need to see his paperwork. Speak to his manager face. You literally said, can I speak to your manager? Including all contracts between UMG and Kendrick Lamar. All contracts. Documents showing that executive compensation structure and annual incentive plan for Interscope Chief Executive Office, John whatever, for the past 5 years. Oh my God. And Interscope's 2024 executive incentive metrics target. So basically, and profess used to determine annual incentive compensation, So you already withdrew one of your payola things because you know it was bush. iHeart settled, aka you lost because they didn't give you no money or give you anything else, and you thought they were doing something and they weren't. Really, nigga? So now you this ain't this is that person who just lost the video game and swears that his controller was broken. It doesn't matter if you show him that the receipt that you just bought the controller right before he got there. Like, no, there's no way. The only way you could beat me in this game, the only way is if my controller is broken because you're not good enough to beat me on your own merit. Wow. Wow. It gets worse and worse for this nigga. For the past 5 years, Drake appears poised to pursue further expansive discovery as he already served 4 third-party subpoenas. Nigga out here dropping subpoenas and talking about you on your new album, talking about who the real. That's why when that song I reacted to on his new album when he was talking about who the real gangsters are, is like not you, and you are never somebody who has the you don't even have the authority to speak on that. You don't have the right. Nobody, Drake. If you said somebody was a gangster, nobody. That doesn't mean like what are you talking about? If you no longer can be somebody who stamps niggas as gay. You're not, nigga. You're not. I don't care. Matter of fact, if you say someone's a gangster, I'm gonna be more lean on the side. It's like, if you cool with Drake, I mean, you feel me? If Drake saying that, then because Drake think what he doing is noble, so that nigga just can't. Yeah, nigga. Crazy, nigga. That nigga the boys for real. Just put the handcuffs on Kendrick, bro. Someone give Drake a squad car. Yeah, let him give him some handcuffs. A stay should be granted because it will likely avoid the need of costly and time-consuming dismissal motion may significantly narrow, if not. Oh wait, what? Time-consuming discovery. Indeed, because of this disposition of the dismissal motion may significantly narrow, if not eliminated. The issue remains in this case proceeding with discovery while the motion is pending would waste parties would waste parties resources and would constitute an undue burden of defendant. Drake will not be prejudiced by a stay. Finally, a short delay in discovery. Okay, so basically, it boils down to Drake is requesting the legal paperwork. Now, there's going to be the worst. At this point, if you're defending this to Drake, you have already outed yourself as an OVO bot at this point, even if you're a real person. Like, that's why I said, even when you go back and look at Maul, somebody do me a favor. Just do me a favor. Go look at Maul's reaction to what J. Cole said on Clouds. Then go look at Maul's reaction, or go look at Maul's reaction to J. Cole's apology. Then go look at Maul's reaction of these lawsuits. And you'll quickly see the only way you can be someone who's defending this is to be as inconsistent as him, as just lying. That's mental gymnastics you're saying. So anybody's like, well, he's just trying to see if they incentivized or they paid more. Wouldn't you do that if you're trying to see for payola? You can be trying to do whatever. The means doesn't outweigh the... I need to start recording these videos later in the day. The means don't outweigh the... What is the saying? All right, the way you got it doesn't justify what you were trying to get. Because throughout this whole thing, what Drake is doing is leaving legal landmines that, if are accepted and are stepped on, will detonate in the culture of hip hop and reverberate. Which it feels like Drake ain't even. It felt like Drake gonna be like, I don't really care about hip hop anymore. So let's look at some of these documents that Drake is requesting. All right. So, document request number 1. All contracts and agreements between you and Kendrick Lamar, his agent, or anyone working on his behalf, including all contracts and agreements reflecting your right to approve, reject, refuse, publish, edit, or veto publication of Kendrick Duckworth's music, So not only does he want Kendrick Lamar's paperwork and his contracts, he wants anybody who even worked with him, bro. If you don't see if you don't see this as bad, if you don't see the slippery slope that the slopes that Drake keeps creating, I don't need just matter of fact, if you a real protect hip hop person and you see anybody in the comment section trying to defend this, just comment below nicely. Protect hip hop culture. Just comment below nicely. Just tell them nicely. Protect hip hop culture because we not even entertaining that anymore. Nah, you just I bet you if I go to your Twitter, you got your banners Drake, you got an owl in your shit. Get out of here, bro. Like I said, if Kendrick was doing this, I'd be on his head too. All documents and communications relating to your approval to my God, imagine setting a legal precedent that if you feel like you were defamed in a rap battle that you egged on, you can now see the legal contracts of everybody, not just the person you battled, but anybody who works with them. That is literally predatory business. You can't do that, gang. You cannot do that, bro. All documents, and as somebody who's written contracts, as someone who signed contracts, bro, I'll be damned if a nigga get mad because another nigga dissed him. And since I worked with a company, now I gotta show you my. If you don't sit your whole ass down. Document 2, all documents and communications related to your approval to contest and publish record. Oh my God. Document 3, all communications involving Raymond, whatever, relating to recording image or video or promotion of any musical work. Oh my God. Nigga, anybody, I'm putting paperwork on all you bitches. That's what he said. All documents and communications relating to the payment and reimbursement of discretionary marketing funds of the benefit of Kendrick Lamar or any person working on his behalf. That's crazy. All documents and communications relating to any allegations, concern, complaints, reports, whether formal or informal, oral, written, made to you relating to payola violations regarding, even though you just tried to find the payola and couldn't find it with the other ones. That is hold on. So that was 1 through 5. Here is 6 through 9. All documents of communication relating to any actions or contemplates actions you undertook, whatever. All this is goofy shit. Documents sufficient to your internal policies. So basically, we want everything. All documents and communications relating to February 2025's Grammy Awards relating to record. Oh, so he really did put the Grammys in the paperwork. So Conan wasn't joking. Wait, was that? Oh no, that was yeah. No, so Conan went. Damn, he didn't say it at the Grammys, but what he said, we lawyered up. You got to be lawyered up if you say anything negative about Drake or you like Kendrick or you talk about Kendrick right now. Promote advertising, recording images of Grammy, and all document regarding the content of archival footage. All documents of the Super Bowl. All right, bro, I'm done reading. So basically, we was all right. Drake is carried out and has basically put paperwork on everybody who supported Kendrick openly. And you put the Super Bowl and you put the Grammys in it. Let me make sure there's nothing else. Oh, and also Day Free. He wants Day Free. Yeah, bro, you a lame. You a lame. I can't do that. You a lame.